feeding the people, you know? Like, people just over glamorize the wrong things in this world. I'm part of it, and I'm just wondering to myself, why do people give so much credit to people that are doing negative stuff? You know, we all gravitate towards negative stuff, you know, like the gangsters or the guys that have got the most money, the people that have killed the most people, the people that sell the most drugs. But there's not enough credit to people that just don't do these things. You know, there's people that have lived just as long as I have and never been to jail, not touched one drug, not touched one gun. And the thing is, these are just seen as normal people, but these are the people that deserve the credit. These are the people that deserve the titles. These are the people that you should be clapping for. These are the people that the youth, even ourselves, should be aspiring to be like and should be commending. But we like the bad boys. The money, the cars, the people that wear the fancy jewels and the trainers, the clothes, like. But when you strip them down, what is it about them that you really like? Because if you take away the jewels from them, the chain, the money, the reputation, they're just like the normal people that we ignore. Do you know what I mean? So like, we need to be putting more conscious thoughts on what we are actually celebrating in life. Because the thing is, the kids are actually picking up what we're doing. You know what I mean? Just simple things like, I was sitting there talking to my boys and I'm sitting there like, where did I even learn this hip hop kind of life, the Mob Deep and all that? Because in my house, it was nothing but Jim Reeves and Bob Marley. Jim Reeves ain't shooting no gun. He ain't sold no drugs. Bob Marley, he smoked a bit of weed. Yeah, but he was a conscious man. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm sitting in my house, scratching my head. I'm thinking like, Mum never let us play none of this music in the house. Do you know, growing up, it's only when we got of age, like Mum wasn't in, we started playing music. But the thing is, I think my first introduction to that kind of music was from elders outside or people outside, you know what I mean? Like the in boys, you know, like you see them blaring it in the car and you kind of think like, rah, is this what it takes to be that guy? And so like, sometimes you kind of just, you know, just little things that you gravitate and then you start to put them into your own life, you know, and like, before you know, you're living somebody else's life because this is not how you grew. Attributes of badness from outside make up the human being that you live inside. You know what I mean? So like, seriously, we've got to sit down and think about what we like take on, you know, because it's not only the road boys that are hindering the youth, it's actually some of us as the parents. It's like what we allow in our houses, the music that we listen to. You see, like the films that we watch, that you're allowed to watch, because you see kids, they're impressionable. Remember, a lot of these kids are learning stuff that they learn outside of the house. So if they're learning all this slackness outside of the house, this gang, outside of the house, when you come in the house and you're watching gang inside the house, they're going to think, whoa, do you know what? Let me think, well, Mum's watching this gangster film, Daddy's watching this gangster film, so they must like gangster. Do you understand? They don't comprehend the same way we do. You know, for us it's just a film, but to them, a little kid looking in said like, right, like, this is a gangster film, like Mummy's liked it, so maybe like when I'm older, I can watch it. You know what I mean? But you see, teachers are not only the people that you see, that you engage with. Teachers are TV, what you listen to, what your eyes see. So the thing is, there's more than one set of teacher in here. There's different forms of teachers. So we got to be mindful of what we let our kids actually take in. And it's not only about kids, it's about ourselves as well. Because the thing is, we're big man. A lot of us are still doing the most for a designer shoot. And more of us are still doing the most for a chain. We're celebrating people that have killed people, that have sold drugs and have been in jail their whole life. But they've been in jail their whole life. They haven't seen their kid once. They've been in jail their whole life and their parents have been buried. They've been in jail their whole life. They have not attended one funeral. So how are we celebrating these people? How are we celebrating these people? Think about it. Like, they've missed a whole generation of their family growing. You know, you're in jail sometimes, you know, you got a big stiff sentence, like people die. They don't always let you out. They don't always let you out, you know. So people are dying while you're in your bunk bed, while you're ordering your canteen, while you're downstairs at Soch. You're playing pool, but the people have passed away, but you don't get to see them. So we got to think about what we do and what we consider like good, because the thing is, just by listening to that, there's nothing really to glamorize here. There's nothing really to glamorize at all, because what do you get out of like being in jail? I've been to jail myself. Like, I missed a few years of my kids growing up. Fortunate for me, they were very young. So now they're getting to see the best of me so I can correct it. So even if they do find out, the thing is, they've had a good 10 years of the real dad. Do you know what I mean? I could correct it by doing what I do, and I'm saying like, whoa, you know what? That was a mistake I made. But remember, as long as you've known me, I've been that dad. Do you know what I mean? I've been able to correct my mistakes. I'm not the perfect dad. I've got my issues I need to deal with. But the thing is, you know what it is? I'm just trying to be the best person I can, because the best person I can be the best person for them. Do you understand? So I have to be mindful of what I listen to. I'll be mindful of what I celebrate, because remember, we are the biggest influences in our kids' lives. So if it's okay for me, then it's got to be okay for them. Do you understand? So when a brother says he's gangster, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, right, you're gangster. What does this gangster criteria consist of? Because if it was me personally, I want my child to aspire to be like me. So if I'm a gangster, is it okay for my kid to be a gangster? Seriously? Because if it's not, then what am I being a gangster for? Because everything that you have in you, you want it in your child. Your child should not be looking outside to find a role model. The role model has to be inside the house, because a lot of the bad habits these kids are learning today are from outside the house. So the thing is, you need to be the man inside the house. Not only the man, the mother as well. Everybody needs to be correct in what they glamorize in front of their kids. School. The man that goes to school is considered like, yeah, he's okay. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But he doesn't get the same rating as the one who doesn't go to school and he's been selling the drugs. It doesn't make sense. Because in my head, like, the man that's going to school is creating a plan A and possibly a plan B for himself that could benefit him later on in life. The man who doesn't go to school is risking his life. Like, it doesn't make sense. You got, like, if you put the two people together, one is planning of how he's going to make sure that every day counts. The other one is just trying to get through the day. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he's celebrated. He's applauded. Like, getting a job is no longer fashionable. You know, when I grew up, it was all about, you know what, go to school, study, get a good job so that you can look after yourself, you look after your family. Now, it's like, school what? Hit the roads, hit the block, you know, get this, pick this up, carry this, carry that, and I can feed my family off negativity. And now, I'm not in a position to judge people. I'm not condemning people either, because I fell into that criteria. But you see that criteria? To get the approval of others, we have to risk so much. And do people really care that much about what we do? They don't. But they don't. Because look, in that position, there's so many places, yeah? So many auditions take place for that one position. And at what cost are you prepared to be that to earn that one position? But when you go to school and work, there's loads of positions for you. Everybody can be a boss. Everybody can be feed their family. Everybody can get a paycheck. Do you understand? But it's only those that don't believe that limit themselves. Come on, like glamorizing the wrong things, it don't make sense. It just, you know what? We encourage people to keep doing what they're doing by supporting them. Now, I get it. Some people, it's a means to an end. I get it. Some people, you're sending out a message. But the thing is, I listen to music. I'm not a person I'll say I don't listen to music. I listen to hip hop. The hip hop consists of a lot of killing, a lot of selling drugs, a lot of stories and all that. But the thing is, I'm sitting there listening to it, but would I want my kid listening to it? Because what's the difference between an older grooming my child and telling them, come on the road to do the same thing that Nas is spitting in his tracks? But I'm sitting there listening to Nas and I'm giving him credit. So why can't I give the older credit for doing the same thing? Do you understand? Because, right, the difference between Nas and these people, not knocking Nas because he's a lovely guy, but you see these stories that people told, these drug glorifications in their rap and everything, you give kids ideas. So indirectly, you're telling them that it's okay to do it. And the older is telling the same kids it's okay to do it. But we will hate somebody for doing it, but we'll listen to the same music. It doesn't make sense. Come on, seriously, think about it. Now, we're grown enough to understand music is music. Sometimes people just, that's not really their life, but they're just trying to create an alter ego that sells to the market. But you've got to think about this now. If I have to be a gangster in my rap to sell to the market, like, I've got a big part to play in the destruction of the market as well, and the destruction of the every ear that listens to my music and actually takes on board what I'm saying, because people are actually believing what people are saying in their raps. Some people are not even living that life; they're just doing it because it sells. So the thing is, because of the glorification and the way the world is more focused on negative, bad man, this, killing, this, that, drug, this, that. This is what's important. So the average man that goes to work, gets his degree, studies, or the man that didn't get his degree, but he still went to work, earned a living, supports his family, his kids have got everything, his wife has got everything, they got a nice house. They don't have everything like the chains and all that, but the thing is, they're living a good life, peaceful. They don't get no ratings. But we rate somebody that ready to risk his life, put his family in through pain, put his kids through pain, put his auntie through pain, put the relatives through pain, put his own friends' lives at risk. These are the people we give credit to. We give credit, but the thing is, I don't get it. Why? That's what I just never understood it. Even me sitting down, I'm thinking like, my dad grew up like, he studied, like he like overachieved in life. Do you understand? But he fought in the Biafra War. I remember one day sitting at home and he had like shorts on, and I'm looking at his leg and I could see scars from the knee all the way down his leg, and I'm like, Dad, what happened? And he started telling us the story. Like, he's got bullet marks all down his legs, and he was on the boat one time, and like on the boat, you know, you're at war. There's no hospital. It threw him overseas. Like in all his boots and everything, and he didn't think he would survive. I remember him telling us that he just prayed to God. He closed his eyes and he was gone. And the next thing he knew, he was picked up by Russian soldiers. Now, you see what it is? You see how God works? He was picked up and they looked after him. Now, if they were like the bad man that we glorify now, my dad wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today. So the thing is, what I'm trying to say to you, like, these people that saved my dad allowed me to be born. So these are the good people that we need to be celebrating in life. You know, it's a deep story. And when my dad sits and talks about it, and my dad's deep in his 70s, 80s now, and this when in his early years, like teens, like 17, 20s, around that age when you do it, like, it still brings a tear to his eye, because the thing is, today's world is not the same. Today's world is not the same. The older generation, they used to like go out and do things. They can't even do things because of the same people that we glorify. Because the thing is, all these bad men on the road, like, bad man doesn't have morals no more. Do you know? They can lick down an old woman. They can rob an old woman. They can do these, but we give them credit. And you can't say, oh, no, I don't like that kind of bad man. It's the bad man on the road. Let me tell you something now. When you're on the road and your ribs are touching, everything is go. Everything is go. There's no criteria. Do you understand? Because everything is money to you. No, bad man will rob his own mum. They wouldn't, just because they haven't told you that they've robbed their mum. You don't know that. They'll rob an old lady's purse. They'll rob a man's Rolex. Because they haven't told you that, you don't know that. But I'm saying to you, we give a lot of credit to the wrong things, because gangster is a criteria, involves a specific criteria in order to get that title. And the thing is, along the line, it involves affecting people, hurting people. You know, along the line it might involve drugs. Sometimes it's not involving drugs, but other things are happening that are not the norm. And these are things that you wouldn't want for yourself or your kids. Yeah? In an ideal world, you wouldn't want them for your kids. So, like, these are the things we glorify. And yet again, I'll come to the question again for the people, like, why is it that we glorify gangster? And what is the criteria? Is it okay for our kids to be gangster? Because if it's not, then we need to think about the way we title ourselves. Is seriously need to think about the way we title ourselves, the way we hold ourselves in public. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. Because the thing is, seriously, like, right, I get what people have to do. People, sometimes you're forced into a world because situations and, like, life is not really on your side. I get it. Because I was once there as well. But the thing is, how long are you going to keep making a mistake and keep making excuses for it? Do you understand? Like, because we went into a world where, you know what, we get into a world initially is to help our situation, maybe help the family, but then the ego takes over. The glorification takes over, and we end up staying in the game. You know, we were Christmas temp in the game, just trying to get through. Then all of a sudden we got full employment. Because somebody put Big before Frank, because someone put Star instead of the name that your mother gave you, or they called you OG instead of your actual name that you put on your passport. When you're filling in for a job, when you're trying to even get a gyro, you don't put your gangster name. You know what I mean? Because your gangster name holds no weight. It holds weight amongst people that don't have value for you. Trust me. Because everybody that's telling you you're a gangster doesn't care about you, bro. Trust me. Let me tell you this now. Yeah? Because they should be telling you, fix yourself up. Fix yourself up. Because when you die, everybody that's been bigging you up, how many of them turn up to your funeral? How many of them turn up to your funeral? But they turn up to your Instagram funeral. They turn up to your Instagram funeral. RIP, RIP. They turn up to your Instagram funeral. But how many of them come out to your house to say, Mummy, I'm sorry? Do you know what it is? But how many of them can even look your mum in the eye and tell her, you know what? I told him he should have changed his life around. You know, they don't. Because the thing is, as friends, we sit there when we're in the field, we push each other to keep being bigger gangsters, bigger this, bigger that. You know, it's about being an OG. It's about if selling the most drugs. It's about holding that gun. It's about not having it from no one. You understand? But there's people that walk around that same road that we can't walk on because man is looking for us or this and that. But there's people that walk along that street every single day and they've never had a problem in their life. Now, if you want to call anyone an OG, they're the OGs. They're the OGs because they can walk on that road, minding their business. No one says nothing to them. 40, 50 years, people have lived in that same area where you can't even sit down and you say you run the area. Come on, behave yourself. Behave yourself. Let me tell you something about areas and about glorification. Glorifying negativity ends up in negativity. So when your friend passes, do you glorify that as well? Are you happy that he died a gangster? Or do you wish that he changed his life and became a normal person like them people that walk up and down that never get themselves into trouble? Yeah? Because we've all lost a lot of friends. And it pains us to sit here thinking that, do you know what? Because of that gangster, because of the glorification, you know what? Like, it went to our friends' heads and he continued to just keep going and going and going, and like it was no longer like in our controls anymore because we are part of the reason why they got so big in their head that they become incontrollable now. You know, you can't control them no more. And then we have to turn up to a funeral. We have to look the mum in the eye. Mummy, auntie, we're sorry. But how can you be sorry when you were part of the glorification? You were part of the reason why he kept going. You know what I mean? You were part of the reason why, you know what? He embraced that top shotter name. He embraced that gunman name, the biggest done in town on whatever the rest of the rubbish that you lot use. But the thing is, I'm saying to you, but then you have to sit down and mum and say sorry. How dare you say sorry? How dare you say sorry? You don't have no right to say sorry because seriously, you were part of the problem. Just like every one of my friends that I lost, I was part of a problem. And when people are gone, we cannot fix this. So it shows you how powerful glorification is. One word can alter somebody's life forever. Do you know? Like, you can go from I'm heading to university to one word can send them into the street. You've gone from ambition to ambitionless. Because on the street, it's not about just making money. It's about surviving. Do you understand? Because you're doing everything, but the aim is to get home every day. Do you understand? Yes, you can make £500, but what's the point of having £500 if you can't get home? So the thing is, your ultimate goal for the whole day is to get home. Whereas this person is going to work. His goal is to go to work, serve his purpose, come home and share it with his family. But he doesn't get ratings. But the thing is, you got to understand, like, this glorification is a big problem. The most powerful thing in life is not the gun. It's not the amount of drugs that you sold. Not the name. It's the word. Because you spit the wrong word, somebody runs with it, interprets it the way they want to, and the thing is, it invites them into a whole different world. Do you understand? You gotta be careful, bro. You know, you speak to people in front of you that you know and people that you don't know when you glorify certain things. When they hear you talk about certain things and you give yourself a name, you talk to people. You encourage people into a world. If I'm sitting here and I have a platform and I have that influence over a population or a group of people in a generation, and I'm calling myself a gangster, trust me, I'm influencing people. I'm telling people it's okay to be a gangster. You understand? It's not okay to be a gangster. It's not okay to be a gangster. But gangster involves everything that your mother never taught you. It involves everything that your father never taught you. It involves everything your brother never wanted for you. Even that older brother who's a gangster, he wouldn't even want you to be a gangster. So you're there calling yourself a gangster. You got to be careful, bro. Because this gangster, when you claim it, everybody subscribe to you in life, on social media, is listening to you. And a lot of people who gravitate you will take it on board. Okay, well, he's a gangster, so I'm allowed to be a gangster. Do you understand? But people's idea of gangster is totally different. Do you understand? So be careful how you say gangster. Because remember, when you're claiming gangster, you're living. You're living. So you're only talking about you. So when you're calling gangster, what about all the gangsters that are in the grave? So is it all right for these kids to be gangster then? Because you're saying it's okay to be a gangster. But what about all the gangsters in the grave? Yeah? Show them gangsters in the grave as well and ask them if it's okay to be gangster. You wouldn't even have your child being a gangster. Come on, man. Fix up. Fix up. I made a lot of mistakes in life. I don't get into my life, but I've made a lot of mistakes in life. And trust me, none of my kids are wearing my shoes. I don't care if they fit into my shoes, they're not wearing them. None of them will ever, ever, ever walk in my shoes. And I'll make sure that they will never, ever make the mistakes I make. I'm not going to be sitting here and telling people that it's okay to do it, because it's not my kid. It's okay to do it because he's not my pal. It's not my responsibility. Yes, it is your responsibility. If you've got a platform and you're talking, it's your responsibility because ears are listening to you. Understand this. Ears are listening to you. It's more than who's just in your phone. The world is listening to you. You have been given a platform. So tell these people it's not okay to die. It's not okay to make your mother suffer. It's not okay to sell drugs and kill people. It's not okay. Do you understand? What is okay is living. Living. Live your purpose. Your mother and dad suffered to have you. Whether they're here or not, they suffer to still have you. You don't have to get on with them, but they still suffered to have you. Do you understand? Some of you were held for 9 months. Some of you were born early, but there's still some form of suffering for you to give you a purpose. Even if your parents are not here for you, or they're not there for you, but it doesn't mean you can't be there for yourself. Don't waste your life being a gangster. Waste your life, yeah? Don't waste it. Don't waste it. I could give you names of people. Like, I sit in there and I look at my phone book sometimes, and it gets like emotional because I've got people in my phone book, well over 30 people. Like, I don't even want to delete the numbers because they're not here no more. They're not here no more, and like, I don't want to lose it because that's the only thing I've got left of them. I've got videos and all that, but that's all I have left of them. Understand, like, that's deep, bro. That's deep. But these are glorified gangsters. Glorified gangsters, them people that just carry the name literally on their back and did the most just to get the approval of people. To get that like on the street. To get that heart on the street. Do you know, just to have people say, yeah, you're that guy. But how many people are saying that guy now that you're sitting in the grave? 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years later, how many people are still saying you're that guy? Do you understand? What does that guy mean when you can't hear it? What does it mean? Oh yeah, he was a killer. He was a bad man. But what does it mean now that he's not here to hear it? What does it mean? You're calling people, yeah, rest in peace, top gangster. But what does it mean when he's not here to hear it? What does it mean? Now, wouldn't you, if you had one wish, wouldn't you say, I wish that I could rewind it and he came out of the game so he could still be here today? So we can still go to the shop and sit down and eat and vibe over certain things. You know, you would wish that. Like, it's deep. I've got loads of friends and I'm sitting here like, I've got their names here, and like every name, I'm thinking that it should have RIP next to it. But it's this, bro. There's people out here that just lose their life naturally. I lost my brother like last year, naturally. Like, fit guy, played professional football. Like, one of the good guys, you know. It just destroyed me. So with all the work I did when I was young, building up myself a name, reputation, you know, in my area, people love me, Big Frank this, Big Frank that. When my brother died, I was a absolute shambles. The name didn't mean nothing to me. My street cred couldn't bring my brother back. You know, like, you command so much respect from people, but you can't even do the simple things like bring your brother back. What does street cred mean to you? What does glorifying an OG? What's the point of an OG if you can't do the things that you're meant to do? You know, you can go around killing people, you can do this, but the thing is, when you lose people, can you bring them back? I'm my brother's keeper, but my brother's dead. I'm my brother's keeper, but my brother's dead. I can't do nothing for him. So I'm no longer his keeper now, innit? My job is failed. You get me? So it's different with my brother because he died naturally. But when we're saying we're a brother's keeper and you're taking people out in the field and they're dying, like, they're dying. You're his keeper. I thought you had him. It's deep, man. Like, it's deep. So you got to think about it. There's people that just die naturally. Now we're glorifying people that just putting their life on the line. You know, it's been like 10 months and I still can't get over my brother. You know, like, it's my little brother. 35 gone. 35 gone. You know, outside my eyes are like a desert. Inside it's like a tsunami. And I'm sitting there, sometimes you think like to yourself, like, with everything that you did in life, all the years that you wasted doing bullshit, like, how's it that this good man is gone? You know? Like, I would do anything just to have him back. Now, we got friends that have been killed through street wars and this and that, and we're still going on glorifying more and more bad men. But people are dying in front of us. Our friends are dying in front of us. Like, and we're still glorifying this same world. We're still glorifying these same people. Because your friend was a bad man, but the man that killed him could have been a bad man. So where does it the levels, where does it go? Like, where does the glorification stop? You know, people need to just put some respect on their life, man. Respect what needs to be respected. Respect what you can teach your kids. Respect what you can teach the youth. Respect what you can even teach your fathers and your mothers. You know, respect things that have value. Do you know what I mean? Your life is like precious. Do you understand? Time is a gift. Is the one currency you have in life that has an expiry. Do you understand? It's the one currency in life you have an expiry and you don't get too much of it. So put this glorification aside, man. Let's give hope. Let's talk about all the people that are doing well in life. Let's talk about the 15-year-olds that have, you know, started businesses. They're bosses, but real bosses. You know, there's 15-year-olds that have gone into trading. I was reading about a boy. He's like 1.2 million. How many people in the streets have? What would you have to do in the street to get 1.2 million? This guy all he had to do was just study, elevate himself, think about, use his time wisely, and now look, he could change his whole lifetime, his whole family's life as well, and live for the rest of the lifetime in peace. Generational wealth he's created at 15 years of age. And the thing is, he goes unnoticed. But the bad man that is making 10 grand a week, but yeah, man, everyone aspires to be like him. Come on, bro. Come on, seriously, man. We still need to start putting credit on these people, you know, like them people that sit in McDonald's every day working. Like we can laugh and I wouldn't work in McDonald's, but you couldn't work in McDonald's. You don't have what it takes to work in McDonald's. Do you know what I mean? You don't have that commitment because in McDonald's you don't have your gang. Do you get what I'm saying to you? You don't have people to do the work for you. It's all about you. You know? The real test of character. People can't do jobs because they're not really assured in themselves. Do you understand? Do you know what it takes to be a plumber? Do you know what it takes to be a lawyer? Do you know what it takes to be a scaffolder? Do you know what it takes to be a doctor? All these people should be top of the top. You know? There's no risk in their game. Do you understand? They studied, they earned it. Like, I asked one kid the other day, like, what's your favourite film? He said Scarface. I said, why? Scarface was a G. I said, but he got killed. He got killed. No, but he made all this money. But I said he got killed. No, but do you see how much food he was selling? But I said he got killed. What is it that you're glorifying? What is it that you're glorifying, please? Oh, but he made all that money. I said, when he died, how much of that money was left? How much did he take with him? Please don't tell me about Scarface. Tell me about Al Pacino, the man that studied, went to school, got his acting degree or whatever he had to do to get the position, audition, got the role, and got paid millions to play Scarface. Real millions, not film edited millions. He died in the film, but he's living now with millions. Do you understand? Everything is an art. It's a skill. Do you understand? Acquire skills that are going to make you money, real money, that you can live and give to your kids and teach your kids how to be like. Let your kids be an inspiration. Let your kids be an inspiration to the generation coming up underneath them. Be an inspiration to them. So the message that you pass to them will be passed on. Even after you're gone, the message is still passing on. That's what a legacy is. You're not passing a weed line or a coke line onto your kids, are you? No? So let's pass on the positive things. Stay in school. Finish school. If you finish school and you realise it's not yourself, then go and look for a trade. Go and better yourself. Give yourself a chance in life, because you know what it is, yeah? Life doesn't owe you nothing but death. Understand this. Life does not owe you nothing but death. So make the most of your life while you still got time, because you got a birth date, you never did get an expiry date. Do you understand? My brother made plans for his 40th birthday. He died at 35. He lived a clean life, but he's gone. How many brothers do we know that, you know, had big plans, but they're not here today? Do you know? How many of our brothers died with knife marks in them? How many of our brothers died with bullet marks in them? How many of our brothers are not here today because they're doing life sentences? How many of our brothers, mothers, are sitting at home crying because of shit that we encourage our brothers to do? Glorifying them, encouraging them to keep doing what they're doing. And how many of our mothers, are sitting there at home crying, looking at pictures that they're never going to see again of their children, and we're sitting there glorifying them? Do you know we have a part to play in that mother's pain? We have a part to play in that mother's pain because we come in the mother's house. We call her mum. She cooks food for us. You know? She lets us go to the room and play and chill. You know? She gives us our own time in her house so we can sit with her son. Hoping that you're a good son, you're a good friend to her son. But all along, we're encouraging her son to keep on the road. Stay this, do that. When he dies, we come there and say sorry. Sorry for what? You're not sorry. Because you had every opportunity to tell him, get out of the streets. Get out of the streets. Change your life around. Even you could have changed your life so he could have tried and then you can encourage him. But you can't tell someone to change your life if you're still in the street yourself. But yet again, it comes back down to the mums again. Then we find ourselves at the mum's house, dressed in black, nice tie, shirt, shoes polished, sitting there, lying to the mum, telling the mama, I'm so sorry. You're not sorry. You're not sorry. I was part of the problem. Do you understand? Looking inside your son, your dead body's son, yeah, there's DNAs of me, words that I put into him, words that this person put into him, words that this person put into him, words that this one put into him. And the thing is, these all make up that dead body. The words that we breathe into these people while they're alive remain in there when they're gone. So we have a part to play in their death, because the thing is, we didn't stop them. We could have said, you know what, don't do this, don't do that. But you know, if you did do it, then it's great. Because you know what? Not everybody's going to listen, but the ones that didn't do it, you will feel what I'm talking about. You will feel what I'm talking about, because we have a responsibility. Because that glamorization, part of the problem was us as well, because we kept encouraging it. You know, when our friend did this robbery, yes, you're a bad man. So you could keep doing it. Because people in the street, you know what, their names and what they're prepared to do grows with the hype that is around them. Do you understand? Everything you do in the street is just for the love of your people. So if all your people are showing you love doing it, you're going to keep doing it. But if all your friends are telling you not, don't do it, now you've got something to think about. That's why I say that it's deep. This glorification thing is deep, because people just think it's okay just to say RIP to my friend. People think it's okay to say free the mandem. But listen, your friend that's on the wing doing 25 years, yeah? Do you know what his mum's going through? But you're saying free the mandem. You want to free him, but are you freeing the mum? Because the mum's going through the same sentence that your friend is going through. Your mum is going through the free sentence. I don't see people say free the mum of the pain, free the kids of the pain, free the dad of the pain, free the family of the pain. Nobody's saying that, but you're there telling me free your mandem. Free your mandem what? Free the parents that are outside having to pick up the pieces. Free the single mother that has had to pick up the pieces. Free the child that has to pick up the pieces. Free the mother, free the dad, free the grandparent that is on her last legs and just wishes to see her great-grandchild and she can't see him because he's doing life sentence. Free them. Free all the people that died and didn't even get to see their child before they passed away. How about free them? But we're worried about free the mandem, because the thing is, we want him back on the strip. And now he comes back out, he serves his bird, you put him back in the same place. Don't worry, your space is here. We got a chain for you. We got a car for you. We got a watch for you. Encourage him. All these things that you encourage him back into the road with, when he's gone, how many of them does he take with him? His life is worth the watch, the car, the chain, maybe the drugs. That's all it is worth. Nothing else. And inside of him, every glorification that we gave him, you will find it. Every opportunity that we didn't take, you will find it. Every tear that his mum and dad and his kid, everything has shed, you will find it. And then inside, every single tear that his family shed, there's this little signature in the corner that is owned by yours. Brothers, we need to stop glorifying things, man. We are in a position, you know, those that have been in the street and come out of the street. It doesn't matter what level you were in the street, because all the street is just, it's all bullshit anyway. So at any level, whether it is small level, hop level, when you come out of the street, that's the big achievement. That's the guy that should be celebrated, not the people that are in the street. So the thing is, because we found the exit, the best thing we can do is try and get people to find the exit as well. Because we glorify them so much that they don't realize the exit lives inside the brain. But the thing is, the mind is not focused on the exit. It's focused on the next lick, or the mandem that I got to represent, or the loyalty and all that. But the thing is, you don't realise. Be loyal to yourself before you be loyal to anything else. Because once you're gone, they're not interested in you no more. You're not interested in you no more. Your loyalty means nothing when you're gone. So you get what I'm saying? Be loyal to yourself. Give yourself a chance. Forget all this glorification. Forget the gangster role. Go and be like that guy that can walk the road anywhere, in any street, on any block, on any area, in his deep 50s to 60s. Do you know what I mean? That's a big achievement. That's a big achievement. He can walk anywhere, any block. Doesn't have to worry about nothing. North, south, east, west, every road. He can shop in any road. He can go Asda in any road. It's deep like that, simple things, you know? You have to take these things are simple. Because certain man can't even go Asda in their own block. In their same area that you control. You can't even fucking go shopping because it's peak. It's peak. I can't be seen. You want to go shopping at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning, but people are hungry at 9 a.m. in the morning. People are hungry at 2 a.m. in the morning. People are hungry at 2 p.m. But you can only go shopping at 2 a.m. Hood up, mask, doing all of this. Like, come on, bro. Seriously? You have to wear a mask to walk the road. Seriously, bro. COVID is gone. People were wearing masks before COVID because they couldn't be seen on the road. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Give yourself a chance, man. Let yourself live, bro. You know, mum and dad created you a nice face, you know, your DNA. Now you're hiding it behind a mask because, you know, you don't want to be seen. But I thought gangsters want to be seen. I thought gangster was, yeah, no one could touch me, blah, blah, blah. So, like, now you're hiding. Come on, bro. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know what it is? You're hiding doesn't mean you don't fit the gangster criteria, but it just shows you that it's not worth it because the thing is, you can't do the basics. Do you know what I mean? You can't go to walk around your own area. This is your own area. You're left and right in your own area. You're driving around. You live in this area. You've lived in this area for 10 old years, but you're parking. You can't even park outside your house. Why? But you got a parking space. The council gave you it. You see how deep it is? This glorification. You see what it is? Like, it's not worth it. But you see that the regular guy parking outside his house, 2, 3 cars, even parking your space because you're not using it. You know what I mean? He just walked past. He walked past every bad man on the road and like nobody said nothing to him. That's real power. Chest up, shoes, hitting the ground, bang, walking. Trainers, hitting the ground, walking, minding his own business. Walk past every bad man on the road, every shotter, every killer, every murderer. Nobody said nothing to him. Went to his house. They see where he lived. He opened the door, shut the door. Nobody's bothering him. Nobody's touching him. That's power. That is power. Understand that. Because a lot of people have put that work in, but they can't even go into their house. They can't even go into their own house in the broad daylight. They can't go into the house, but we're glorifying them. We're saluting them. Both hands. We're saluting them. Doing all the signs and all that. Like, we're doing all of that. But the thing is, they can't even go into their house in the broad daylight. You know, they're doing left and right. Like they're crossing the road just to go in their house. Come on, bruv. These are people, you can't salute things like this. We can't salute things like this. And I'm not even crushing people because I was one of the idiots as well. Like, you know what I mean? I'm in the area. I can't even stay in the area because it's peak. You know, people are traveling down for you. Like, it's mad. And like, it just got to a situation where it's, after a while, you have to say to yourself, you know what, bro? For what reason? What, just so I can have like loads of money that I can earn by just getting a job. Maybe not as much, but I can earn enough to live on and buy the things. God damn, now people are balling on ClearPay and Kalana. You can get Rolexes and pay a quarter of the price. Why do you have to risk your life to go and get the money now to go and do the Rolex? Why do you have to sell the drug to get the Rolex? You can get it on ClearPay. Do you get what I'm saying? Half of the people that you see their jewelries, the normal people, They don't. Do you think people are stupid? Why are you going to waste 10 grand on a watch and you can pay 3 grand up front every month and then have extra 7 grand that you can invest and make money? Come on, make it make sense, bro. You're risking your life to do something you can get for a third of the price, but you get in your hand. ClearPay is wonderful. I'm saying to you, like, life has made it so simple for you that you don't need to take risks no more. Life has become more affordable. Yes, they lock you into things, but the thing is, bro, that's what I'm saying to you. But if you're prepared to pay 10 grand for a watch and at the price of your life, yeah, you can, like, if you really wanted that one and you ain't got it right now, you can go and afford to do the installments. Don't impress your friend. Don't risk your life to impress your friend because you're putting a watch on to go out just to show everybody you got this watch. And that's what it's for. Yeah, I like jewelry, but you're doing it for your friends because the thing is, when you go out in your house, you're not wearing all this jewelry, chains and big earrings and all that. But when you're going out, you're doing the most. You've got everything on. And then the hungry man sees you. The one's another side of the glorification, the bad man, the robber man. Yeah, because remember, you got to when you're saying gangster, gangster's everything. So the other side of the gangster is now seeing you out there. He's looking at you as January sales. January sales. There's a rollie for me. There's the earrings for me. There's a chain for me. And there's a life for me. He doesn't care about you. For him, that rollie is worth your life. That chain is worth your life. So when we're glorifying gangster, just understand what you're glorifying. Understand what you're glorifying, because as we glorify it, maybe one day our kids will hear it and want to wear that title as well. They might want the Rolex. They might want the chain. They might want the name. They think, but just remember, with all of that comes the prison. With all of that comes the casket. So I'm saying to everybody, and grown men, youth, everybody, when you're embracing this world, please know that what you're doing, because you're putting your family through hell every step of the way that you go. And listen, it's bad enough that you put your parents through pain, but if you're going to do it, make sure you leave money for them, because they shouldn't be paying for your funeral as well. Do you understand? They're already paying for your death. And everything you put them through there, every sentence that you get, every police that comes through the door, they're paying the price for you. And they're not even in the field. So make sure that you leave money for them, because they shouldn't be paying for your funeral either. Because why? Why should they pay for you because you made the wrong choice? Seriously, it's not worth the time. Let's start glorifying the good people in life. Glorify them teachers. Because without them teachers, we've never got the qualifications that we need in order to better ourselves. Glorify them plumbers. Because every time our toilet got stuck, we weren't prepared to put our hand in and clean shit, but they're prepared to go down there and do it for us. Glorify them delivery men, because when we order, we can't go and get it, but them delivery men will go and do it. Glorify them, the shop assistant that helps us look for what we need to feed our kids and our grandmas and our mums and our dads and our aunties and uncles. Glorify them. Back in the day, even the milkmen, glorify them that drive around providing fresh milk. Glorify the doctors that have to deal with you when you get shot up and you get stabbed up, and they have to do the job. Because your man them, they've got your back, but why can't they can't save you? They can't operate on you. They can't save your life, but it's the doctor that saves your life. And he doesn't want no street cred for doing it. He's not an OG, but he's doing it. But your friend can't save you. When you're getting shot, your friend can't save you. He has to drop you on somebody else to save you. So how gangster are you really? How gangster are you really? I have to take your body to somebody else to save you while I'm sitting there shedding tears. How gangster am I really? But the thing is, I got you, B. I got you. Ride or die, I got you. But when I'm on the edge of death now, you're dropping me somewhere else. And you have to kick out. You can't even stay with me because now it's a serious case. And the police are going to get involved. So you have to leave me in somebody else's hand that wasn't there at the time. But you're a part of my gang. The doctor's not a part of my gang. Where do I know him from? But you have to leave me there. But you said you're ride or die. You got me. It's deep like that. You got to think about what you're doing, you know, what you're glorifying, because the people are actually listening and taking in every word that you say and digesting it like food and thinking, yeah, this is good. I like this. Seriously, we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. We have everybody that glorifies this world has blood on their hands. Let me tell you this now. Indirectly, we all have blood on our hands, including myself. Because I've been out and gone out and I've come home. And some of my friends haven't come home because it worked out like that. You know? Big fight, this, that happened. It's worked out like that. Do you understand? So I have blood on my hands because the thing is, I could have said, you know what, let's not do this. Let's not be in this world. Let's not do this. Let's not do that. So you got to understand, I could go out for a good night and then my friend dies in a rave because of a situation. Now, I don't have control of that. But where was my, bro, don't do that, man. Bro, let's not be in this world. Bro, it's not good for you. Bro, you know what I mean? I'm not involved in it, but the thing is, I'm involved in it because he's my friend. I could have told him, bro, forget that gangster world. Come on, let's get a job. Let's do this. But I didn't. I didn't do enough for him. I do enough for a girl, but I wouldn't do enough for my friend. And I know my friend longer than my girl, some of them. Now I have to live with it. It's deep like that. It's deep like that. How many people you've been to raves with your friend? You know what? Your friend gets an altercation, something goes wrong and he's gone. He's gone. Now you're sitting there shaking your head and you're thinking like, oh, damn. Not you. But the thing is, bro, before the rave, you could have said to him, listen, bro, nah, not today, bro. Let's leave raves alone, you know, like, we're not appreciating these dances, you know, like this, like, we need to just do better, bro, you know, like, the power of the word, bro. The power of the word. That one word may have changed his mind that day, but it may not have, but the thing is, you didn't say it. You didn't say it. I've been to raves, I've lost friends in rave, and I'm sitting there like, damn, man, I can't do nothing. Just look at her phone and say like, he's not here. It's deep. I've got friends I've grown with and all I've got is fucking 15-second clips of them. 30-second clips of them. That's all I have. In the 20 years I spent with them, I have video clips. You know, when you try not even, I love them to pieces, but you try not to think about them because it's so painful, bro. And every time you think about it, revisits every opportunity that you could have helped them get out of the game. So, like, we got to think about what we're doing, really, man. Seriously, we got to think about what we're doing, man. Come on, there's a better choice in life. And it starts with that word. Make that word positive. No more glorifications. No more glamorizing things. Give the real people their props, you know? Give them their flowers.